Hello, Hub City Geeks. And as you can see, opening this package has been an adventure. Just taking this out of that cardboard shipper, this part comes up. And I'm like, what am I looking at here? Y'all saw it. Y'all saw it too. And you take it out, and then you realize you have a whole throne room display box. And that is novel and interesting and cool. I mean, I love that Dreadnoks cold slither box. This is in the same vein as that, really, because you're getting something just really cool, a cool setting. All right, so I'm gonna have to get Skele-Shredder out of here so we can see what this figure's all about. So I wanted badly not to tear this package up, and I succeeded. It took me a minute or two of wrangling. What you have is these tabs on the inside, and they catch on a little folded piece that goes around the castle right there. So you got to do the Chinese finger trap thing. Kind of push this down a little bit, wedge your finger in there, and just make sure that this bypasses that slot right there. And that's how it's done. So Skele-Shredder is in a blister. I already cut the rubber band right here, but now you can get a good look at what we have. And I didn't even notice it before. At first, I thought that was Crane the Brain, which in the Turtles of Grayskull universe, maybe it is. That's something cool. Check the back. Here we are the next day. As you know, it was about midnight when I was doing the other videos. Okay, so here is Skele-Shredder out of his package with everything that you get with him. So this is what you get. You get this scythe, bladed bow, bladed spear that has the goat skull on it, so it is kind of like the Havoc staff mixed with a ninja weapon. And we have the throne, of course, that has two flags. One is the Foot Clan symbol, the other is just a Havoc staff symbol, the ram thing. All right, the figure comes with two different heads. One is red to represent Shredder. This is like Shredder's head. This one is Skeletor's head. This is not an articulated jaw, but it is rubbery. The way I have a habit of removing the heads is to push up on the chin. Be careful doing that because then you're stressing that jaw because it's not really meant to be articulated. The throne has two places you can put these heads if you want to be gruesome. Right there. I'm not pressing them in since I'm one-handing it with my camera, but yeah. Speaking of which, you can also take off this head from the top. This was very loose in the package. When I removed it, it came off immediately. It doesn't go on real tight. I tried hair drying it, didn't really work good. Spartan wife got it to work. So I'm thankful. Skele-Shredder here. His spikes are removable, but these pieces are actually part of his boots. So you have to swap the whole like bottom boot, shin, foot thing if you want to give those to somebody else. Okay, so here's something else. All right, I'm one-handing it, so I'm gonna just turn it off and turn it back on. So here's the throne without Skele-Shredder sitting on it. It is I mean a perfect mix of like bones and metal. I mean like this metal rib cage, metal ninja design. Very I haven't watched Game of Thrones, but I've seen that image. That's what it's like a little bit, kind of. And these are posable. These at the back, these blades, they go up and down. This didn't have to be assembled, but the flags do have to jam into a hole, which is strangely an like hexagon shape. And those poles are round. So you just have to jam them in. And that's the only real complaint I have with this so far is the like the head being loose and not really wanting to go on good, and then having to jam those things in. It's a cool design though. Like I'm a fan of these thrones and stuff, and so now let's talk about something else. Here is Skele-Shredder with his head off. I've been doing this for a long time, including for my children. There's paint on this has not dried, and it's actually came off on my fingers. So let's get my finger out there in front. There's a little purple dot there. And on the inside of the hood, which works the same as new Eternia Masterverse hood or whatever. It's got a cloth good, but you see some of that. This paint was wet when they assembled all this and put it in the box, and it had not completely dried by the time I got it. Now I don't know what these two spots on his armor are for, because the weapon that he comes with doesn't have any way to store it, and those flags, it seems like they would have a way, but no. You know, that's kind of a hexagon shape. Maybe that was the intention, but they'd be sticking out of the back like straight if you did that. So I don't think you would do that. It'd be kind of weird. Just so we can see. I mean, there's some pegs right there. You can slide a figure in there. Struggle on camera. SpartanNerd. Do it. There we go. Catcher with her high heels. So she took over, see? She's on the throne now. What about Masterverse? I mean, he has his own bone throne, which I should throw a picture of in here, right? But, I mean, you see the size here. I mean, it's just a smaller chair. So, I mean, this ain't too bad. You could probably make it look better with different figures, or if you were able to take off Skeletor's belt or whatever. But it can work. It's not exactly a scale, but it don't look bad. So, that's something. Now, Skele-Shredder. This hood, it just goes over his head, like I said. Snap this on. There we go. There we go. Just got some more of that paint on my fingers. Ooh, see, it's just like you can't avoid touching that. So I like the motif here. I think this is a more modern Foot Clan symbol, if I remember right. So they've incorporated that in there. And the image of Skele-Shredder on the belt. That's cool. I mean, he is like, this thing is very 80s. It feels very 80s. Where's that red? These anime crowns like a Gundam has. I guess there's the samurai design. So here we have Stealth Ninja He-Man fighting against Skele-Shredder. This throne, does you think it necessarily has to be? I mean, Skeletor's throne is obviously made out of bones all the time, but it seems like Shredder's chairs are always some kind of creepy looking chair. So this totally could just be Shredder's chair anyway. Oh yeah, those little things you can put the heads on. You could also hang those gauntlets on there pretty good. This weapon is kind of the pommel. I don't know if that's the right word for a weapon like this, but you see it has a mace on the end. So you could flip it around the other way and it'd be a legit weapon that way too. I think this red one is my favorite head, or the metal one. I kind of don't like Now this one is stuck with that smile on his face. I mean, Skeletor is a jolly guy. I'm not nice. I am not wonderful. That's what he said famously, right? Not nice. I'm not wonderful. I'm gonna bust you out of here soon, Shirella. No, you're not. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, so I mean, this box is just great. You can see what I've got here going on. I mean, like, I don't know how to put it on my diorama, but I want to. It won't really fit up there. All right, so here I am. Vintage Skeletor. My only vintage Skeletor is actually mine from the 80s. Dragon Blaster Skeletor. That's only half of his armor. I managed to keep it on him, though. And so, this is the only Origins Skeletor I have. Now, there are multiple Origins Skeletors. Multiple, right? I have... This is a great design. But and this is the only Origin Skeletor I have. And as a first one, this is a pretty good figure. He's got his problems. Like, already, you just saw, he dropped this weapon. Like, he's not that stiff. And that paint is not dry on there. But, I mean, just overall, this is a terrific design. With the spikes all over the place. He's death metal all day long. I mean, that's what he really is. He is a death metal character. If ever there was a Skeletor that was a death metal character, it's Skele-Shredder, I gotta say. I mean, that looks like it could be. That looks like a member of Slipknot. It really does. I mean, I'm not a big Slipknot fan. Actually, I don't like them at all. I like some death metal, but Slipknot, not really my thing. But that's what that looks like, though. All these spikes all over the place. You say, SpartanNerd, why don't you show off a shredder? Well, I don't have one. That's why. This is the only shredder I have. This is the only shredder I have bought ever. Since the other ones I didn't own either as a child. I mean, we had... my brothers were the ones that collected the Ninja Turtle action figures. I had a couple, but I just stuck with Master Universe. I mean, remember, I mean, I kind of think that Ninja Turtles eased Master Universe, G.I. Joe, and Transformers all off the scene. They kind of killed... They were to me, the symbol of the end of 80s cartoons. I watched it plenty. I loved it. I didn't have the comics, but my version of Ninja Turtles is that cartoon and the movies and the video game. I'm talking about the original NES video game. So, I mean, you know, we had that Shredder that came out with the Vintage Playmates line. He didn't really like the one on the cartoon, so I never was real happy with him. I always thought the Super Shredder was cool on the Secret of the Ooze movie, the Ninja Turtles 2 movie. So, I mean, as the Origin Skeletor, this is my Origin Skeletor. And, I mean, he's getting a 5 of 5. He matches Stealth Ninja He-Man. I mean, does he feel like Skeletor? He feels as much like Skeletor as some of the variants of Skeletor. Dragon Blaster back there, right? Come on, Origins He-Man. Don't you want to stand up on camera? Most powerful man in the universe, right? Okay, so really this is the best paint, the best accessories, the best armor, the best everything with Origins I have seen. I'm just saying. And I mean, I saw online some people think this is the end of the line. They decided to finish the Ninja Turtles crossover with a humongous bang. Well, they did, if that's so. This is really good. Maybe that's not true. I like the characters I've seen. You know, I'm confused by them, but they're wacky. And but this guy is just, you know, he's a really good Shredder, really good Skeletor. So Skele-Shredder gets 5 of 5 as an Origins figure. And if he was compared against other like Masterverse, he's getting close to them or Mythic Legions. I mean, because of all the details that he has all over the place. I mean, this is more in the line of what I like, what I really like to collect, and what I really grade and everything. So I give him 5 of 5. I especially like the package too. I have to figure out how to use that. And that throne is cool. So, I mean, do you agree or disagree, Hub City Geeks? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hey, like and subscribe. And go read the blog also. Thanks.